Yeah, you've got John Cross here telling us there's 50,000 people and it's a sellout. Let's have it right, John. You're on the payroll. It was on general sale until the very last minute. Tickets will be everywhere. And to play devil's advocate, you can blame it on the rescheduled game. You can blame it on it being on a Thursday night, and it being TV and all that malarkey. But in truth, there's more banners out than ever before, and there's just a bunch of fans who are done with this. Football's our religion, right? And the Emirates is our church, okay? And the club know that. And they know that we're trapped. That faith, you can't separate yourself from it. But the fact is, a lot of fans are being driven away. And it's a shame, because for any walkout to have any effect, you need people to have actually turned up in the first place. And that was the worst turnout for any game since we've moved to the Emirates. Anyway, who is actually planning a walkout in the 75th minute? Do we not realise that's when half the people at the Emirates leave anyway to get the tube early? Tickets sold and attendance are two very different things. And people need to realise that the club got their money, right? And just because you don't turn up, don't think they give a flying fuck. And if you give your season ticket up, there's 1,000 people ready and waiting to take it off your hands right now. And if you really think about it, the club probably want the really passionate, ruthlessly die-hard, success-driven fans out of the club as soon as possible. Because we're trouble. We cause problems in this PLC business model, because the club, whether you like it or not, and I don't, is still on course to make profit this year. And what does that mean to me? Still on target to achieve all its goals this season. What's that, fourth place then again? Oh, third. Oh, sorry. And from all the evidence out there, it's going to be the same thing happening next year. I mean, look at this guy. He's about 12. He can't be more than 12, and that's it. He's probably known nothing but failure at this club. Jesus Christ, you have to feel for the lad. I grew up watching people like Ian Wright, right? Kevin Campbell, Dennis Bergkamp, right? Overmars, Anelka, Henry, Vieira. His introduction to Arsenal Football Club has been Shamak, Bentner and Sonogo. He's been a laughing stock at school since his dad bought him a kit. You've got to feel for the guy. Thanks, Dad, but who's Shamak? That's our new striker, lad. He's going to you'll love him, you'll love him. Like all the kids in class call me Andre Santos Pot. I was really moved when I heard the news of Prince passing. And it made me think about all the people that I love. Wenger's 8 years older than the guy, and I will be devastated when he dies. Honestly, I'll be devastated when he leaves the club. He's an icon of this club, but he's a wanted man right now, and that much is very clear. And watching some of his interviews over the week, he looks down, he looks beaten, on the verge of tears, very emotional, speaking with a very soft, humbled tone. And I've heard plenty of quivering and hesitation in his voice, and because he's someone I love, that hurts. Let's take it back to the start of the season. He's obviously put faith in the players, thinking that it was enough to just bring Czech in. It's gone predictably and horribly wrong on all four fronts, and we're back to square one, fighting for fourth. And to be honest, I have way too much respect for the man to carry on with the effing and blinding and joking and laughing at his expense and just being nasty. And there's TalkSport or plenty of other vitriol freely available if that's what gets you off. But I have to think about the club that I love before the man, even if that man has played a huge part in building the club into what it is today. And we've all heard the press conferences. He's staying on. He says he's going to see out his contract final year. And for what he's done for the people upstairs, I cannot quite fathom Stan Kroenke or Ivan Gazidis sacking Arsène Wenger. It just doesn't quite compute in my head, right? And it's quite possible that if he ever does write a book, we'll find out that there was something more to this. That said, it's like this, Arsène, right? It didn't work. We failed. Again, we're close, but we failed. If you're going to stick around and you want people to really back you, get help on board, the best help available. Bring in the people that you trust, the people that are closest to you. And for God's sake, make them football people that know the game, that can rescue us from this repetitive failure syndrome. And, in the process, save your legacy. Because by God, you've saved this club an absolute fortune, and it's time to leave on a high. It's time to go all out for glory and show these mouthy mugs like me that you are the greatest we've ever had, and the greatest perhaps that we ever will have. But we need to believe in you again, and that's going to take some serious work, and you can't do it on your own. You just can't. Focus on what you're best at. But go and get David Dean back. Go and get Dennis Bergkamp and at least show him the ropes. Get Thierry back. Get winners back at this club that these players have to aspire to. The pictures on the fucking wall aren't enough for these kids who've been on thousands of pounds a week since they were 12. And go and make some serious moves in the transfer market, for God's sake. Go and get a guy that you've dreamed of having. Just once, Arsène. Please, treat yourself. Treat the fans, right? And treat this club. because that's what we all deserve, right? And what you're seeing right now, this is where we all are. This is where we all are. And change is coming, right? It's just a matter of time. But if we're going to play by your rules, then at least do us that favour. Do yourself that justice. And if you know that you can't, if whatever the reason is, you've got to walk. Okay, so let's take a look at the game. A little bit pointless for them, so I'm not really sure what to make of it, but we do need the points to even get Champions League football, as predicted. You know, it is what it is. And we were dominant. So, I mean, I'm sorry, but who are these guys? Where's this been? Oh, you're actually having a laugh. That one-touch passing, that zip, that movement, that aggression in the press, hustling hard to win everything back. Everyone on a man. He leaves a foot in, you fucking fly kick him in the neck. This is fucking Arsenal. Oh, forget everything for a second, right? Just forget everything. That was quality. That first half was quality. Except for Giroud in the first half, I genuinely can't fault any of them. Fantastic energy. I mean, Alexis just embodies everything that I wanted in that first half. Fighting, creative, going forward. It's mine, not yours. Take a pop. Turned his man well and actually shot from outside the area. Oh my God. Fair play to the referee as well for the advantage played. And the free kick was just wonderfully worked. Thought West Brom were better in the second half. Pretty unlucky actually with the Macaulay effort off the bar. Czech was definitely beaten. El Neni and Bellerin though, superb. And Ramsey was just a perfect call for this game, and he played out of his skin, and I love it when he keeps things simple, and even the silky stuff was coming off. It's got to be frustrating for Wenger knowing that they've got performances like this in them, but they don't pull it out when it really matters. Little bit late, little bit frustrating, little bit repetition. 13 games without a goal for Olivier Giroud, just 3 off Marouane Chamak's all-time Arsenal record drought of 16. Do we need a striker? And can Arsène be trusted for another year, or are we going to see the same faith shown in the same seasoned failures? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, and all that malarkey. All the links in the description box below. For now, though, I've been hughwizzy, and this has been a lot of fun. Peace.